Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here with round 1 of season 2 of the F1 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, we return this weekend, or I guess inside this series we come for the first time ever this weekend to the Bahrain Grand Prix here in Sakhir. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live a few days ago from Brazil, the season finale between Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But season 2, this is where things get real. This is where we need to start delivering big results, trying to showcase to other teams what we're capable of in this game. And you might remember that I re-signed with Super Aguri ready for this season. That might have been a mistake. Renault apparently were willing to offer me, or at least trial me out for a potential contract with their team. So yeah, that might have been a missed opportunity inside this game. Toro Rosso also apparently were interested as well, which would have been a step up the grid ever so slightly as well. So slightly gutted about those two. Of course, there are just a few days left of 2024. We are trying to get as close as we can to 6k subs. So if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. Bahrain should hopefully be quite a good track for us. It's one of the AI's weaker ones inside the game, so fingers crossed we can start the new season with a bang. Well, unlike modern F1 games, there isn't really any car evolution or anything like that inside F106. I don't even believe you can do proper upgrades to the car either. So I don't think, it's not that we can try and bring Super Aguri to the front of the order or anything like that. Sadly, there are no driver moves as well. This game was very ahead of its time, but there was certainly some things that they still weren't capable of doing inside F1 CE. But that being said, though, like I said, ideally, perfect scenario this year, we score a couple of points maybe and obviously try and move up the order. Red Bull, Toro Rosso, that could be a good way to go about things. Maybe BMW Sauber replace Jacques Villeneuve. It's kind of just pretty much anybody that offers us a contract other than Midland, we'd probably accept. Well, there seems to always be this weird bug inside F1 CE as well, where I've got more straight line speed in practice than we do in qualifying, so we actually ended up running about P10 come the end of free practice there. We were comfortably in, with kind of, your Toyotas and things like that. Looks like, actually, though, maybe the Super Aguri is just faster at a straight line, because we were maxing out 7th gear, which never happens. Often forgotten about as well, but Super Aguri in 2007 actually made a huge leap forward in terms of performance. I believe round 1 in Australia, they actually made it into Q3, courtesy of Takuma Sato, and it was genuinely a threat for points throughout a lot of the season. They kind of fell apart towards the end, and of course, dropped off the calendar early in 2008, but the actual 2007 car was very, very good, as it looks like we've still got pretty good straight line speed here. Maybe this car, I said I don't believe there's any kind of upgrades or anything you can do, but perhaps the car has taken a leap forward. Well, so far this first lap has felt pretty tidy, as long as you avoid that outside curbing around that kind of last corner of Sector 2, you should be okay here. There aren't too many danger corners on this lap, as long as you keep it between the white lines. So we've definitely taken time out of E-Day as well, who's kept that seat heading into this year. First little mistake of this lap. A little bit wide out of that final corner, but hopefully we will still carry good speed towards the start-finish line here. Aiming to try and be in either the 35s or the 36s. 35.7? Let's see if we can improve. Come on, E-Day, please move out the way. Please move out the way. I don't know if he's on another lap.
He's done what was expected, really.
Come on, let's not trip over each other here, man. We've got to try and dive him. Nope, he does move out the way, kind of. Will he back out? Yes, he has. Wonderful. We were green in Sector 1, but we will have lost a bit of time there. Well, a 10th down then come the end of Sector 2. We are still just trying to find time, though, on these laps. I mean, we're a second clear of Antonio Lizzi, who is right on the boundary here. But as we try and make our way through that final corner, again, just running a little bit wide on the entry, we'll try and carry the speed down towards the line. Rosberg, I mean, we're a second clear of Nico Rosberg here. Things are looking very, very good. We do find a bit more. We stay in P7. 3 seconds over UGE Day. Of course, we are definitely still on the hard difficulty. But yeah, P10 in the end of Q1 here. I don't want to get too optimistic, but maybe, just maybe, we could try and get ourselves a top 10, by the end of qualifying and maybe battle for points. I think sensibly, if we want any chance at Q3, of course, all the times are going to continue to ramp up. So we need to try and do a low 135 here. I reckon about a 35.1, a 35.2 might be enough to see us through. And to be honest, we've got the pace everywhere on the lap, apart from that final corner. If I could just nail that, hopefully we're going to be in a good position. Well, it's all coming back to me now as well. Obviously, we won this race for Super Aguri the last time we played this game, the start of Season 2 here in Bahrain. Of course, obviously that was on the medium difficulty though, so the hard difficulty is a whole other level. A little bit safe through that final corner, but first lap coming to an end then here in Q2. Trying to scratch my nose as we make our way towards the line. It's a 34.7. I'm bolting on a set of softs and we are flying. Well, there we go then. The times really didn't improve for any of the AI come the end of Q2. So Nick Heidfeld, Ralf Schumacher, Coulthard, Webber, Rosberg and Klein all out there. But for the first time ever, we are in Q3 in our Super Aguri car. I mean, surely with these kind of times, the pace is real. If you've seen on this series before, you'll know that the Q3 times were always slower than Q1 and Q2. There was a bit of an interesting rule back in 2006 where you basically told the FIA how much fuel you were going to start the race with, and you had to qualify with that amount of fuel.
All previous times have been deleted. This is where it really counts.
So you kind of now run this gamble of, do you underfuel the car a bit more and are hopefully quicker in qualifying, or do you put a bit more fuel in and know you're going to be better off in the race? I think here today, I'm going to try and gamble it. We're going to go with 7 laps of fuel in the car. It'll give us a few laps out in qualifying, and hopefully we can start right to the front. I mean, we are out here right now messing it up with the big boys. Ferrari, Renault, McLaren, Honda, and even one of the Toyotas there. That must be Jarno Trulli, of course, out in Q3. But as we get ready then to start our first lap, we've got one of those Renaults right up my trumpet. Hopefully, they're not going to get in our way. Oh, no! Damn it. Just took a bit too much curb there. Yeah, under pressure, having that Renault right up behind me. But at least we've got a Sector 1 split on the board. Well, because everybody is loaded up with fuel here, it's a bit of a weird one. You want to just try and get a lap time in nice and early, because obviously the tyres are going to wear out, and that often makes you slower than the amount of fuel you burn as well. So I don't really want to have to do more than 3 flying laps here. But as we get ready then, hopefully this one is going to be a bit more clean and tidy. We need to try and find 6 seconds over that first lap, as Michael Schumacher is on a 35.0. 6 cents up in Sector 1, that's not bad going. Oh, a little bit wide through those S's though, but we do hang on. Come on then, to the end of Sector 2, up towards the timing beam. Where are we going to end up in terms of the delta? 4.6 seconds up. So with those extra 6 tenths as well in Sector 1, things are looking pretty good here as we make our way into that final corner. Schumacher so close to getting back into the 134s. One more corner, though, to try and nail it. Oh, a little bit wide on the entry. That's okay, though, so we'll try and put the power down towards the line. This felt like a pretty hooked-up run, all in all. As we slowly watch the clock tick by, we're going to end up on a 36.2. We only end up P9 there. Let's just try and get one last run in. And with a line like that at turn 1, it might already be over. Oh, no! 4 tenths up at the end of Sector 2. I had to try and send it. Get out of the way, the McLaren. I think we're going to be a P9 in very best come the end of qualifying here. That is a little bit of a shame. Well, there we go. Had we found that extra half a second, we would have been up in about P7, maybe fighting Raikkonen for P6 there. But Michael Schumacher, after he won his 8th World Championship at the end of last season, he wants to go for a 9th here. Could the German make it to double digits inside this alternate universe? But P9 on the grid, surely today we are in the fight for points.
Here we are in the blistering heat of the Persian Gulf, and this is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One's popularity knows no bounds. They may not have had any home teams or drivers here, but our Arabian hosts are still big fans. Whether it's horses, camels or F1 cars, Bahrain certainly loves its racing. The Formula One roadshow has truly arrived in the Middle East and we're all set for a real sizzler. This is race day in the desert. Conditions are just about perfect here today. Clear skies and perfect temperatures on and off the track. The forecast is also good and we expect it to stay like this for the whole race. Michael Schumacher will start from pole. Jenson Button is alongside him on the front row. Felipe Massa is in third. Fourth is Fernando Alonso. Row 3 and 5th place for Giancarlo Fisichella. Kimi Raikkonen is next to him in 6th. Rubens Barrichello starts 7th. Juan Pablo Montoya starts from 8th.
Well, there we go, our engineer telling us he thinks points are going to be possible this afternoon. So let's just see what we're capable of here, trying to get some temperature into the tyres. It's nice to have not a wet start to a Grand Prix for a change as well. But yeah, I think my plan is try and be fairly aggressive into turn 1, move up into the top 8, and then just try and stay there. I mean, if we've got good pace, we've got good pace. If we don't, we don't. I just want to try and hang on. We've got to be careful of the AI trying to under or overcut us as well. But please, let today be the day we get our first points back in this series. But of course, it's never something we've had to consider all too much, but we've got to make sure that we've got plenty of tyre temp because there's so many cars behind us that are still going to have to line up. We're going to be sat around waiting for a little while here as we make our way out of that final corner. Luckily, we've done a pretty good job. All of those tyres up in the green, but I'm so nervous. This game never gets any less difficult. Let's see what we can do. Heading into the first race of the new year, I want to try and score points. Come on, we can do this. I want to believe this is the year where we get a contract from a bigger team. And before I forget, make sure I put the traction control and the stability control back on. That is useful.
You know the drill by now. Here we go. The race is go, go, go!
A fairly clean, tidy getaway. Do we move to the inside line for turn 1?
Flyer, as does Button. Here come the drivers ploughing into the first corner.
Oh no, we got absolutely mugged off around the outside.
He's followed by Button. Next is Massa.
Come on, we've got to try and get the run back up the hill on Nick Heidfeld there. Both he and Jarno Trulli able to get past me down at turn 1. I'm going to try and send it in. Maybe down the inside of Barrichello as well. And there we go, up into the points early on. I mean, admittedly, probably the Honda was not the car to do it against.
It's Liuzzi. Looks like his left rear tyre has taken a bit of damage. He's not retired from that incident, but it certainly hasn't helped him. It was Speed who was also involved. That incident doesn't seem to have done him too much harm.
Well, there we go. Both of the Toro Rossos coming together on lap 1 as well then, as we are just following the McLarens and the Renaults there. Button still separating those two Ferraris at the front of the order. But yeah, if I was going to dive bomb anybody, the Honda probably wasn't the car to go against, but I don't care. We are up in the top 8, and that is the most important bit. Now the important bit is just seeing how long we can hang on to it. It's already Heidfeld again trying to apply pressure, but we know we've got good pace in this car. No, 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 no!
Incident at turn 15. It's Heidfeld. It's left his front wing with a bit of damage, but the rest of the car looks okay. He'll have to pit and get that nose changed, though. That incident certainly won't help his chances of a podium finish. You got yourself involved in that, too. It looks like he's got away scot-free.
It certainly does look like we got away scot-free. I cannot believe that.
First lap completed. The field looks like this. Michael Schumacher leads. Button is second. Massa is third. Fourth is Alonso. Fisichella fifth. Raikkonen sixth. Montoya is seventh. He's moved up from 8th, and Barrichello is in 8th. He's lost a place from his starting position.
I cannot believe that. I'm so gutted. Running up in the points early on in this GP, and instantly it has come away from us there. Admittedly, it was our mistake by Heidfeld. He could have done a better job to at least slow down. Instead, he just rammed into me, and, well, as we get ready for 2025... boy, oh boy, that is frustrating. There will be other opportunities on score, but Bahrain Definitely one of the best chances of the entire year. Thank you all so much for watching. Actually, we'll take a look at the final results, won't we? Schumacher takes the win. 18 seconds clear. That is mad.
International circuit in Sakir. It's the first time since 1995 that the opening race of the season has not been held in Australia. It's been exciting, and it's only the start of what I'm sure promises to be a fascinating season. See you in 7 days' time for round 2 in Sepang. Formula 1 is back.
Well, there we go. Schumacher takes the dub in dominant fashion ahead of Button and Massa. Both Renaults, both McLarens, and Christian Klein rounding out your point scorers there. As look how many retirements there were. Montero, Speed, Albers, Villeneuve, Ide, Webber, Heidfeld, and myself all out come the checkered flag. So that means Red Bull have already scored more points than they did last year as well there. But gutted. Absolutely gutted. With that, hopefully we'll have another opportunity to score points very soon. Thank you all so much for watching though, and we'll be back when Formula 1 returns in Malaysia.